maybe before
The opposition leader, who was once the forestry minister in the Sumara term, says that he has got word from industry main players that there will be a pulling out by January 20th when the tax comes into place.
now increased to 59%. And I can see the concerns been raised, the concerns that is been raised by the industry. It will now have adverse effect on the industry in their operations, and with the fluctuating prices in the world timber market, you will likely to see most of the logging companies shut down.
Namah stating that a company in Gulf is shutting down operations affecting 1,100 jobs.
Introduction of this new tax in Gulf province alone, 1,100 jobs have been lost. 1,100 jobs. And about 3 airstrips have been shut down. And if that happens, the access roads that has been accessed and maintained by the logging companies will now be a problem to our citizens to access. This is what Marape government has given to the people of Papua New Guinea.
The opposition leader asking the government to relook the round log tax and instead slowly introduce an increase of tax gradually.
But you do it in phases. You go by, let's say this year you will have only 80% export of round logs, 20% go downstream. And then you go next year. Eventually you come to 50%. And then eventually we'll probably have only 30-40% round log export, 60% going downstream processing. I am not against the idea of downstream processing. I believe it's the best idea to go into downstream processing. But you have to structure it properly.
The Marape government passing the tax increase in 2020 budget to see that logging companies look to downstream processing instead of exporting PNG logs. The opposition leader says while he is for downstream processing, the increased tax of 30% will see the industry collapse and local landowners along with employees affected.
Must now heed the warning of the industry. The government must take it very seriously if it does not review the tax regime that it has just passed. James Marape and Yen Lin Stuckey will be responsible for many jobs lost in this country, for many roads that have been built by logging companies for not being maintained and giving accessibility to our citizens. They will be responsible for those parents who have been relying on getting their proceeds or royalties from the timber industry to pay for their kids' school fees, when these kids will no longer attend school.
Emtv News has contacted the Prime Minister's office for comments but has not received any as of yet. Adelaide Xerox Kari, National, Emtv News.